Devin and I spent some time yesterday on the whole Dolphins thing with the Tua comments, and Devin had the great response to it on Football Night in America. And then Mike McDaniel came out on Monday and basically said, yeah, Tua shouldn't have said what he said.
Right.
But then I was looking through press conference transcripts that we get, and I hadn't looked at the other players who spoke on Monday from the Dolphins,
right?
Because the McDaniel comments obviously are going to suck all the oxygen out of the room. But there were 4 other guys who spoke, and the first 3 or 4 questions for each guy was about what Tua said.
Yeah.
And Tua talks today. So keep your browsers open, keep your phones up. PFT will have whatever Tua says whenever he says it, but he's going to get grilled today. And all the other players. Now, unless the media is just kind of moved past the check the box, ask the players about what Tua said and what the impact was and why are you guys getting together to watch film, all the questions that flow from it. Today will be a fairly interesting day because at a minimum, we're going to hear Tua. And what's he going to do? Is he going to be defiant? Is he going to be, there are moments where he's a little pissy, salty Tua.
Right.
How's he going to deal with this? Is he just going to come out and apologize? Like, there's a lot of different ways that can go, and we'll find out today.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and that's what's overtaken the week there, and that's why you don't say it. And I would doubt that it does end, right? And it's certainly, not one of those things, again, where I think in the locker room, there's going to be little corners of the locker room and be like, man, can you believe he said that? Like, geez, throwing, certain guy. It's going to be part of it. So, yeah, I'll be interested. Any of those guys yesterday say anything as of interest or, get a little wobbly on the witness stand as far as what they said there?
It was all circling the wagons and saying all the right things. Right. We don't talk about that stuff publicly, which
exactly.
One does. One you did.
Your captain does.
Right. Rasul Douglas, West Virginia grade, who is one of the better cornerbacks, at least numbers-wise, grading-wise, and we'll not go down that rabbit hole because you and I have strong feelings about how reliable those are. But still, he's doing well this year, and he's there for the first time. He was just like, hey, man, I play defense.
They know. They want no part of that conversation.
And I think his first response was, is that what he said? So yeah, some guys are going to be like, no, leave me out of this. But I saw this quote from Dan Le Batard, whose program is on Peacock at noon Eastern,
right,
about what Tua had to say, because he's down in Miami and he follows that team carefully, covered that team, or at least opined about that team at the Miami Herald.
Right.
There are a bunch of shitty teams in the NFL. There's only one with a quarterback whose coach had to come out this week and say my quarterback said the wrong thing after the game. So, you're right. I mean, there are plenty of teams that are struggling, but the Dolphins are the one hot mess where it really was a mess. And we'll see. It's either going to get messier today or there's going to be a mop and a bucket, and we'll find out what Tua brings with him to the press conference.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the approach too. But yeah, it's an unfortunate self-inflicted wound like we talked about. I think I said it to you on Monday, right? If Derek Brooks and we had a players-only meeting, he would have gone out, and you're not in the meeting or you're late, he would have left the meeting and gone and got the guys and been like, hey, we're having a meeting. And then you knew you were going to have to hear about being late to the meeting or whatever after the meeting. So, yeah, just not the right approach. And, there were some positive things about that game on Sunday. That's the other bad thing about it, too. I mean, they were toe-to-toe there with the Chargers. Yeah, they lost. It was unfortunate. We know their defense isn't very good. But the offense did do some good things against a pretty damn good defense in Los Angeles and had a clutch drive, and the game was there to be had. And, for Tua to get up there and all of that kind of get lost in translation, let alone he's the guy that threw 3 interceptions in the football game as well, that's where you just go, what? Like, come on. That's just not cool. It's against the locker room bylaws there. And that's where I'll be, intrigued to see what he says today.
And it was just a lack of self-awareness to all of it, too. The idea that he's going to whine publicly about something that reflects poorly on him.
Right.
And he doesn't understand the connection. It'd be like coming out at a press conference, and what I say next could easily be taken out of context, but it's like getting to a microphone and saying, hey, why is my wife cheating on me? like you're opening a can of worms,
right.
and you don't realize how many levels of worms there are or how much Pandora is in the box. And he just seemed oblivious to what the message really was, and also completely clueless as to the fact that he was pulling the lid off of Pandora's box. And as we've well established over the last 9 years, she's in there.
Yeah.
She's in there.
Yeah. And now he's got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.